This mountain changed me long before today ever happened. Hi, my name is Omar Covarrubias, founder of the 5 a.m. crew, a hiking community that meets 3 times a week at Griffith Park, and this was our fourth official Mount Whitney training hike. Today, 45 of us took on Mount Baldy through the ski hut route, an 8.1-mile round trip climb with nearly 3,900 feet of elevation gain, pushing us all the way to 10,064 feet above sea level. This isn't just another hike, this is a real mountain, and it demands preparation, patience, and respect. Back in September 2023, I hiked Mount Baldy for the first time with 5 friends, and I was the slowest one. I remember struggling the entire way up and telling myself I never want to feel this unprepared again. And since then, I've trained. I've focused on strength, endurance, and showing up ready. But somewhere along the way, this stopped being about speed. Now it's about safety. It's about leadership. It's about making sure everyone makes it back down. This morning at 2 a.m., I drove up to Mount Baldy trailhead and seen all those cars pulling in, people unloading gear, headlights in the dark. The energy was incredible. We had been planning this hike for 3 weeks, and now it was time. Before anything, we checked gear, microspikes, layers, water, snacks, headlamps, because this mountain doesn't care how motivated you are if you're not prepared. Then we circled everyone up, counted every single person, and I gave a full breakdown. The route, the risk, the pace, the expectations. No cell reception, one pace, beginner pace. We stay together, we wait for each other, and we make it back down safe. Then we established leadership. I was in the front lead, Frankie was sweeper, Steven was mid lead, radios ready, structure in place. Then we assigned hiking buddies, because out here, nobody hikes alone. And finally, 45 of us stood in a circle, hands in, at 2:30 in the morning. And together we said, we start together, we end together. And honestly, that moment hits deep, because standing there in the dark, surrounded by people all committing to the same goal, it touches something at your core. Everyone was on the same page, and that feeling is powerful. And then we started climbing. A couple of miles in, our sweeper radioed me from the back. A few hikers were struggling. Some were feeling dizzy, nauseous, pushing hard. And in that moment, leadership mattered. We slowed the pace down even more. We monitored symptoms, we stayed patient, and most importantly, we prioritized safety over ego. At the same time, I noticed another important lesson. Sometimes the hikers taking the most breaks don't actually need more breaks, they need a slower pace. So instead of letting people constantly fall behind, I brought one of our slower hikers to the front and told them, show us your pace. Walk as slow as you need, just keep moving. And that changed everything. Instead of constant stopping, they found their rhythm, they conserved energy, and the whole group stayed stronger. That was one of the biggest lessons of this hike. Sometimes your slowest hiker should lead, because when people feel safe, supported, and unrushed, they perform better. Throughout the entire hike, we kept joking, 5 more minutes, and honestly, that little joke kept the energy alive. Step by step, checkpoint by checkpoint, we kept climbing, and every now and then, I'd turn around and I'd see this long line of headlamps winding up the mountain behind us, a light snake moving through the darkness. And no matter how many times I see it, it always feels incredible, because in those moments, you realize this is bigger than just hiking. We pushed through ski hut, rocky trails, steep climbs, snow patches, constantly asking, how's your buddy? By the time we reached the saddle, we regrouped, closed the gaps, and made our final push. That last 0.8 miles was brutal, but worth every step. By 7:30 a.m., every single person made it to the summit. Clouds beneath us, sunlight above us, wind in our faces, and for many people, this was their first time reaching the top of Mount Baldy. And that part hit me hard, because I could see it, the emotion, the tears, the disbelief, the pride. Every single person made it, and that was incredible. Before heading back down, I made sure to do one final sweep of the summit, because we always leave this place better than we found it. We waited for every last hiker, counted again, took photos, captured memories, and celebrated what really mattered. Not speed, not ego, but all of us making it to the top together. On the way down, I switched roles and became the sweeper, because I promised everyone from the start I would be the last person leaving this mountain. And by 11:30 a.m., every single person made it back down safely. Tired, sore, but stronger. At the very end, I told everyone how proud I was of them, and I truly meant it, because these hikes aren't easy, and every single person who keeps showing up, keeps learning, keeps pushing themselves, should be proud. And to those of you watching this, thank you. Whether you've been hiking with us already or you're hoping to join us someday, I appreciate you. If you'd like to learn more about our hikes, upcoming events, or how to be a part of future experiences, visit our website, the5amcrew.com. And if you're ready to join us, start with us first at Griffith Park, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 5 a.m. That's where we build trust, that's where we build community, that's where we build the foundation. Because this community isn't just about climbing mountains, it's about building people. Mount Baldy is officially peak number 3 on the path, and we're just getting started. Welcome to the 5 a.m. crew. Follow us to the top.